Good morning, folks. This is Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Monday, November 6th at 10:48 a.m. Mountain Time 2017, giving you a quick seismic update. Now, what you're looking at through the USGS seismic portal here is a fracking wastewater station. And the reason I'm showing you this is because there was an interesting earthquake in Arkansas that just popped off, and I went and did some research. And the earthquake happened at a depth of 5 kilometers in an area where there has historically been an earthquake swarm in this area of Arkansas. So we can open this in a new tab and look at it in a larger format. And you can see that the Greenbrier earthquake swarm of 2010 and 2011 occurred in this fracking area. When they started doing deep water wastewater injection and fracking in this area, they released all this pressure. This pressure was stored up from the last New Madrid earthquake, which was a long time ago, just at the turn of the 17th century, 1811. So what they did is release the pressure that had been put in place by that massive quake. So that's why this earthquake swarm happened. Now, because of this earthquake swarm, let's get to the details. It was suggested back in the day that the swarm was triggered by drilling activities associated with the exploration and production of shale gas in the Fayette Station in northern Arkansas. Analysis of the swarm has found no link between this relatively shallow drilling and the earthquakes, but has instead suggested a link with deep waste disposal drilling, similar to that identified at the Rocky Mountain Arsenal in the 60s. And that's also what's happening all over Oklahoma. So let's pan out from this wastewater station. So let me tell you about what goes on here. They bring tens of thousands of gallons of this proprietary saline radioactive solution. Now, there were court battles in the last decade on getting these corporations to reveal what the proprietary quote-unquote solutions are. And of course, through lobbying and shit tons of money, we'll never get to know what they're pumping in the subsurface of all of North America, which is going to contaminate the ground forever. It's not just your lifetime and your grandchildren's lifetime. It's the residents' time for this garbage is tens of thousands of years. So this is evil right here, pure evil being pumped into the ground, which is resulting in earthquakes. There it is. The pure evil gets pumped in the ground here to a depth of about 6 kilometers, and it sets off earthquakes at 4.5 kilometers. Disgusting. You're looking at corporate control of your life. And they're doing it right next to, do you see this earthquake that just happened today? This is the New Madrid fault. This is how close they're doing deep water, wastewater injection to the New Madrid. If you think that that is not insane, then you haven't heard anything. This is the Oklahoma area where deep water well injection. This is too close already. But in this area of Arkansas that is absolutely on this part of the New Madrid swirl, the Appalachian fault line that I've covered, this is crazy. Guys, if you live in this area, you should be writing your senator and saying and stopping this, because what they're doing is they're speeding up a catastrophic earthquake in your area. Here's the list of the recent earthquakes in the Greenbrier area. They're all frack quakes. To determine a frack quake, meaning a quake caused by pumping poison into the subsurface where you live, they're typically at 6 to 10 kilometers in that range. Between 2 and 10 kilometers, these are all deep water poison injection quakes, probably. Very close to the New Madrid and potentially lubricating that zone. I'll leave you links to the Greenbrier earthquake swarm so you can do your own research. There was a similar swarm called the Enola earthquake swarm, and you can check out the map, and you can check out the proximity to the New Madrid zone. This is crazy. It's a heads up. We have a Frack Quake very close to the New Madrid zone, and this is corporations that don't give a fuck about you pumping pollution into the ground at their profit and your expense. Be safe.